Right, the second block, from this it doesn't look that similar to the first block, but when I was cutting the pieces out for it, it did. But never mind. Oh, that's the first block there, and I've cut out all the pieces, and I'll talk you through what they are. I have again 8 2.5 inch squares of the accent, 8 2.5 inch squares of the background. I have 2 3-inch squares of the accent with a line drawn down the middle, and 2 of this dark colour that matches. And these are 4 2.5 inch by 4.5 inch. So we'll put them there because they go together. I also have 2 3-inch squares of the background with a line drawn diagonally down it, and 2 of a pattern which matches these, and these are 4 2.5 inch by 4 inch. So I'll put them there. There are 4 6.5 inch by 2.5 inch, and 4 2.5 inch by 6.5 inch, but therefore round the edge. What we need to do first is make half square triangles. Yeah, my hands are a little on the cold side, so they slide on the fabric instead of gripping it. So if you put some moisturiser on, 1, does your hands good, and 2, it helps them to grip the fabric. So you line the edges up. We will be trimming these down afterwards. And put your 1/4 inch mark on the line and just sew down it. And do that with all 4 of them. Four being these and the ones with the accent, but I'm just going to do these 2 to quickly show you. So we've sewn down 1/4 inch away from our marked line on one side, and I'll do it on the next side. So we'll take them to the cutting table, trim them in half, press them back with the iron, and then trim them so they are 2.5 inch size wise. Right, so these squares, I've cut them apart, iron them open, and then trim them up. It's only a matter of a couple of threads, that's all that was needed, but it gets rid of the dog ears, which will cause some bulk in there. So I've done all of them. So now the thing is, I make it in quadrants. Well, that's how I made it anyway. So we've got one at the background. I'm not sure which ones went there, but one that colour and that colour. Another background. Half square triangle. I hope this camera's picking it up. Background. Right, and I will do that first. So we'll do this in rows. Top row. Next is these two. Next is the bottom two. Oh, I've just moved it around. And we'll press this top one, the seam allowance, to the darker fabric. And I will also do that with this one. So it will go there. That's the one that goes there. And that's it. That's it. So I will sew these two together now, making sure that your intersections match really well, which they should do, because everything's the same size and they're nesting. Right, so now we sew the side onto it. I'm just finger pressing at the moment. So now I'm going to sew that onto there. But because of the seam allowances, I'll have to press that one in so that they nest. I'd rather have them nest than anything else, because it shouldn't really shadow it. Now we need, let me just check. Yes, what we need now is one of the accents and two of the same colour of the 6.5 inch strips. So we'll sew this on first. Sorry if this hand keeps getting in the way. I'm going to finger press it away from the middle bit, if you like, and I've just got to sew them two together and then sew them onto the top of this. And I'm going to press the seam allowance towards the pattern fabric and not the accent because of it nesting with that one, and just sew it onto the top. And that's one quadrant done. You need to make another one exactly the same as that. Now I've sewn these two quadrants. I'm going to do the other ones now. So let's put it on there. That's where I can keep checking on what I've done before, and it's basically the same. It's a 2.5 inch square followed by a 4.5 inch, another 4.5 inch down there, another 2.5 inch of your background, then it will be there with these half square triangles, there, another one, and then I will be sewing these along it, and it will make up another two quadrants, and then we can put it together. So I'll sew these together now and then come back to you. You can now choose. Now we've got all the 4 quadrants done. That's that colourway, and that's the white colourway. So you can have them you can't see too well, can you? You can have them so they make a 4 patch in the bottom with your round, or you can actually turn them so you've got some long strips go in, but you've still got this crisscross in here, and I quite like that. So I think I'm going to do this layout. So this is block 2, and still need to keep a check on my seam allowances because they're not quite there yet, but I can work with that, what they are. But so thank you very much for watching, joining in if you all. I appreciate you sharing your time with me. So if you like this content, please like, comment, share, and thank you very much. Bye.